说的这个下面这一条，这个 station，
120年。
下面这条 station 叫 Purple Line。Purple Line 是当初120年的这个火车，这是 Subway 全世界头几个，不晓得是不是第一个的那个 Subway。它那时候挖了沟，而且是蒸汽的，是蒸汽引擎的，没有电车。所以那个 Purple Line 是120年，挖一个大沟，然后把车子放下去。对，那时候没有挖 tunnel。对，旁边那个不知道是什么，是教堂吗还是什么？对呀 ，Great Poland。那个小黑。这是 Rico 的建筑，就是说前面的 brown color 的那个树后面，老婆，树后面那个弯弯的，那边正对面，树后面这个 brown color 这是 Rico。我们在第4楼跟一部分的第5楼。
是你们公司啊？
对啊。
哎呦，我的妈呀，怎么这么近
？OK， 我接。
天哪，你们公司这么近。
这是大红公车双层 bus， 这是这个火车站，120年的火车站。前面就是那个Windsor Park。走了，这个 ambulance 好大，再躺2个，
很长。
又来了。
为什么那么多步要去救同一个人啊？啊，我们从那边上来的，我们从这边绕过去的啦。我们明明这样走过去就好了，不懂路没办法，第一次来。
不懂的时候就是这样子。
对呀。其实我们在，
这就是 Windsor Park
啊。
哇，好小这个车！
他们这个小车很多。
看多少？好花啊！
真的，好像那个我们那里在卖冰淇淋的Candy。什么音乐学院？是不是？
对。
哦，那我的子女是在这里念书。
对面那个镀金的，有钱的镀金的。OK， 可是我们现在来的是 museum。Number 1 Yorgate。
我女儿这里念书啊。
这是文化宫。 以后的名小提琴家跟钢琴家。
对
OK，
以后要记得我们。
也来，那我刚刚过去。
签个名来，赶
来
快，
签个名，对。
赶快！以后我们值钱了，这张照
这
片。
张照片不得了，这张照片不得了，对，照了。Loot， 叫 loot， 鲁特琴 ，loot，L-U-T-E 老朋友 ，loot 是这个。
这是算吉他？
不是，
那是吉他。
当初的。
English 吉他。这个是最基本的。中提琴，对不对？
大提琴。
啊，这大的，这不是五针那个慢的。这就是。
这坐下提琴。
做小提琴的地方，真的没有做小提琴呢，厉害了！这一定要有名的工匠、木匠。
Root 背后影响很大，这个琴。这 double bass， 这 double bass 很大只。
哪一个
？double bass。
第一只啊？
对啊，大的。
大提琴啊。
这些都是古琴呢。哦 ，Antonio 那样。这是个有名的小提琴，怎么那么大嘞？中提琴吗？
这小的了。
1709年的 Violin Extra Bruce Tate。 他名字 Giovanni Battista Beauty。
410年的这一支，400多年。这个东西怎么可以放那么久？不会被虫蛀掉？所以那个旋一定有放过吗？就是这个木头。
我看它背后是什么样啊？这个地方是吗？我那只是2片的。
哦，真的啊？
这是1片的。
这一整片木头。
整片，你看花纹就知道。
对，这个花纹。
它就是要一整片。
小去雕刻。
2片的话，它就不稀奇的。这个。
那只以后可以给孙子、
它这个琴的颈子，你看，它是横纹的。
都是横纹。
OK， 它每个都有考究不一样的，你知道吗？对啊，每个都有考究不一样的。
哦，它切很薄哎，这个啊，一片起来整片木头。这个就没有了，这个300多年了，5到400年。
1592年的小提琴。
对啊，300多，343。43。
它那个上面的面板哦，正面的要点点的，黑黑的，点的，这才是好的木头。那个 bridge 也是 ，bridge 前面是点的，背后是那个一条条的。OK。这个面板，整个面板它有一点的。
有一条一条的嘞，一条一条嘞。
那是1片的吗？那2片的，这是2片的。2片，对起来的。
对。
这叫黑线哦，黑线不是画的哦，黑线是看木头进去的，你知道吗？
旁边。
对，旁边一圈黑的，那是看木头进去的。是大键琴 ，Yeah， is Italian 1600.
Wow.
Yeah, with shorter string is sharper, right?
Yes,
sharper
yeah.
notes. Interesting.
有人在练唱。
As a student,
Sorry?
Is that student?
Oh, yeah, singing, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They sing?
Yeah.
this is equivalent to that Julia in New York, right?
Yeah, it's very similar, very similar.
Keyboard, yeah, they call it keyboard at the time. Yeah.
我应该去。
16, 17 is 18th century. How about play this one, please?
Yeah, this is one of the oldest pianos, so that's a virginal, which works in the same way as a harpsichord, where the strings get plucked rather than getting hit by hammers.
Oh, okay, got plugged.
Yeah,
Okay.
so this is quite an early example of a piano where it's being hit by keys. So being hit by hammers.
Yeah, you can tell that it's been struck.
Yeah. It's got
这种小羊头敲的。
Also, you get
pluck.
more
There's golden.
variation in the dynamic. You can change, so you can get much more scale.
I see.
Dynamic
What's
rather
that?
Because
Yeah.
part of the reason why the piano was invented was so that you had more variety. Because with a harpsichord, for example, it doesn't matter how hard you hit the keys; it'll always
Okay.
pluck at the same dynamic.
Right. And the volume you have more control over with the
Yeah.
hammers,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Where's the hammer comes up? It's underneath, right?
Yeah, this doesn't have a hammer. This has little plectrums that pluck the strings. So if I just show you, just watch here, you can see if you look really carefully, there's like a little thing that's plucking the strings. With the
Yeah, I can tell the difference right away. Yeah.
You can already tell the
hammers,
difference
yep.
between that and this, because that's much more of a piano that you'd have in your living room
Right.
at home, and this is more for performance. So this is similar to the kind of piano that Beethoven would have been using when he was writing.
And this is considered grand piano already,
Yeah.
1805.
Yeah, these are very similar. The only difference, really
they're
quite the main
bigger.
difference, is that you have these fans over the strings, which you can lift. Using,
Oh, then you can volume control.
yeah. So you can change the sound and make it louder in the middle of the note.
Ah. That's where you get fancy, huh?
It's quite an interesting feature. It's quite interesting that they experimented with a lot of different.
Yeah. Well, that's considered high technology, high tech at the time,
yeah.
right?
At the time, yeah.
For music instruments.
And this is another example of an instrument that experiments a lot with how you can change the sound of the piano. So, for instance, you have 6 pedals. And
Wow.
Most of 2 or 3, like normal. So some of them are fairly normal. This one just softens the sound a little bit. The way it does that is it moves. You can see the keyboard move.
Oh, why do you only want to do that?
It's because rather than hitting, because for each note there are 3 strings. So the hammer is hitting all 3 if you leave it as it is. If you move it slightly to the right, it's only hitting 2 of them.
Oh.
So it just gives you a softer sound. But this pedal is really interesting because what it's doing is dropping a little sheet of paper over the strings.
Oh, You see vibration.
Yeah, so it's
right?
creating a sort of buzzing sound to make it sound a little bit like a
A
bassoon.
bit different. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is like the older days stereo system, right? With
Yeah.
different sound effect.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then we have this pedal, which acts as a drum, and it hits against this bell over here.
Oh, there's a drum too.
So basically, it's got action that hits against the soundboard
Ah.
on the piano. So you can
Come with a
surprise
drum
the
too.
audience.
这很像电钢琴啊。
Yeah. Yeah, gets real fancy now.
Yeah.
And this one has different shape.
Yeah,
Tune
so this
also
one
too.
is quite interesting because it's quite big for a square piano compared to some of the earlier ones.
Yes.
Sort of
Yeah. Square piano.
Because it's quite big, it does make a fairly, full sound. And the player that make of this piano is Chopin's favourite.
Chopin's bass. Okay.
So it's quite interesting to hear the kind of piano that. The kind of piano that he was working with.
Interesting.
Because it's something that we don't really think about very much is
Right.
how the sound of the piano the composers were using at the time might
Right.
influence the way they were writing it.
Yeah.
This piano is another English piano that's remake into most of the ones we have here.
Oh, the first one. Okay. And the first two.
But it's quite interesting how they were experimenting with making the piano stronger because they wanted to make them more powerful, louder for concert halls. But the problem they were having was if you made the strings tighter, you had to have longer strings and make them tighter to have a fuller sound. But they were damaging the wood in the piano. So what they've done here is they've added these
Yes, I see that. Yeah.
metal beams to try and strengthen the structure of the piano. So you can hear it's got quite a big
powerful.
sound that would be able to fill a concert.
So you get more wattage.
And this
This one's longer.
a similar example where they've tried to strengthen.
Okay, it's definitely for stage then.
Yeah.
It's beautifully decorated too.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I think it's a bit of a shame really that piano makers these days, they don't really put much effort into making it look really
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah,
It used to be much more of a status symbol where
that's right.
if you had an impressive piano in your living room, then
Right.
it showed you were very wealthy. It's like having a fancy car
Right.
these days.
Okay, this is modern, right?
So this is a Steinway, which
This is Stanley, right?
yeah.
Yes.
So
Stanley.
when they came around at the beginning of 20th century, they really pioneered how pianos were made.
Right.
So even though this piano is nearly 100 years old, the design of the piano hasn't really changed very much now. It's got a really rich sound to it.
Yes. Yeah, see that. The modern piano, how many scales is there?
Well, I think
Is it-
they do tend to vary, but I think that this one's about 4.5.
4.5?
7个，
7?
Oh, sorry, 6.
7个。
But how about the piano we buy these days? The one we have? From Java,
差不多
same thing?
17个，
It's quite
You can
interesting.
use metal too.
有
Huh?
有，我们家应该有的。
There's not really like a set.
There's
number
no?
of-
I don't know
it's
about
really
piano.
like I mean, I think to a certain extent these days you get pianos at the same size because
Right.
you're getting music written specifically for like the extremes of the range. So.
Right.
But yeah, it's interesting. There was never really, it was
Yeah.
never really standardized.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting, huh? I play violin and flute, but then that's pretty standardized.
Yeah, that's. I mean, violin design hasn't
Right, has
really
been-
changed that much
right.
over the last.
The four
400
strings,
years.
yeah. But they do have those silent violin now. They
Oh,
have
yeah.
5 strings,
Yeah.
5-string violins,
Yeah.
so you can play more notes, I guess. But that's interesting.